Everybody, welcome back to another Bleach chapter view with me, Captain Brown. Today we are live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring my thoughts and review of Bleach chapter 681. Basically, in a nutshell, Juha goes to the portal, Haschwalth dies, and Ichigo's Bunkai gets repaired. That's basically how the chapter goes. But yet, of course, I'm going to go into more detailed analysis with this. Now, starting out, instantly, one thing I can say. In Bleach, we've seen a lot of Zanpato's get broken, ripped, smashed, crushed, whatever. Sealed Zanpato's, broken Shikais, and including Bunkais. But out of all of that, this had to have been the funniest and sweetest way I've seen anyone but Zanpato get broken. I mean, Renji, that's my boy, one of my favorite Bleach characters. But, you know, you gotta give him an A for effort. The thing with a lot of Bleach characters, they are not afraid of other villains or other characters in the series. I like that, but at the same time, you have to know when you just have to calm down and not approach this opponent. But that's not the case with Renji. Renji, he'll fight anybody. He can't beat anybody, but he will fight anybody. And of course, he said, "Stop right there, you bastard!" And he released the Shikai Rozabimaru. And Juha, you see the way I love he did it. This guy, he didn't even turn around. He didn't. He just, the way he was just walking through the portal, and it was just the tip of Zabimaru was already in his hand. The rest of the Shikai was broken, and his arm was just going through the portal, and he just dropped the tip of the blade right on the ground. Straight punked him. I love that. Renji's my boy, but I love that. I really did. And of course, he was left confused, wondering what the hell happened. Now, for confirmation on Haschwalth, we see yes, he's finally dead. What's funny is I'm glad he spoke on how he felt regarding having his powers and life taken from Juha, you know, from himself, you know, by Juha. And of course, he said he takes pride in it. You know, he was telling Uryu, "Don't look at me like that. Well, I take pride in this. His Majesty chose my powers instead of yours. He found my powers to be well suited to be taken than yours." So he felt pride in that, whatever. But one thing I will say, a lot of villains in a lot of series, especially Bleach, goes on with a lot of, they go on with a lot of dialogue, you know, and speeches and whatnot, especially Aizen. But Haschwalth, the things he was telling Uryu, I like. I really do like his symbolic and metaphors and references with the balance of life and choices. I really do like that, the way he was talking to Uryu with it. But we see with this, he said, regardless, I'm gonna die, so why don't you just use your ability on me to just end my life? And I like how he told Uryu, because see, this is what kills me in a lot of series, especially shonen or just series period, is when, like he said, don't give me that look. Just a few minutes ago, we were at each other's throats. Now you want to feel pity, you know? Like, don't give me that. I do like how Haschwalth said that. You know, like, look, we're at war. I was going to kill you. You're going to kill me. Don't pity me now. Just finish me up, whatever. And and that's it. We know he's going to die. Let go of his spirit weapon. We see the B on there. And I'm still thinking to myself, okay, confirmation he's dead, but it's still messed up. This whole fight between the two, I thought it was going to go way better than this. And maybe it was my fault for hyping this fight up, you know, myself. But we see, this fight, to me, the fight was better with him and Bathby. Let me know down below. Haschwalth versus Bathby was way better than this Haschwalth versus Uryu. To me, I'm sorry, it just was. And we didn't even get to see his final holy form. I mean, what the hell? But I do wonder, since he died, is he going to get sent to hell, or is he just going to reappear in Soul Society? No memory, whatever. I do wonder about that. So it goes back to Ichigo and friends. And I really like the fact that, you know, Orihime, she goes on to tell Rukia, look, I can't reject what happened to Ichigo's Bunkai, the powers to emit that Juha has. Rukia, she's just confused and shocked. And Renji, he tells Ichigo, get your ass. So he goes to pick him up, and I do understand both sides of what Renji and Rukia were bickering about. You know how he was saying, more so Rukia, believe it or not. Rukia was saying, look, we don't have time for this. Renji was like, what do you mean? Like, well, we just gonna sit around here and wait? Like, we don't, like, you know, she was saying, we don't have time for this. He was saying, hey, so what do you expect us to do? Because she was saying we can't go after him like this. Like, we need to form a strategy. Plus, we're wounded, exhausted, etc. But he's like, no, we don't have time to sit here. But I'm also with Rukia like, look, you just seen what he did to your Zanpakuto. No, you see how Ichigo is, so imagine what he'd do to us. So I really see where Rukia was coming from. But then, at that point in time, the biggest shocker of the whole entire chapter is, of course, when Tsukishima came and stabbed Ichigo in the shoulder. Now, this overall thing of the Fullbringers finally returning, because throughout my reviews I kept saying I wonder when and how the Fullbringers are going to return. You know, I really thought they were going to join with Chad, because let's face it, their level of power is just irrelevant to the Quincy's, well, unless they could seem very lethal because they have hollow powers, and we all know how hollows affect, you know, it's hollow spirit energy affect Quincy's. But outside of that, they are relevant to Juha, so I'm thinking, okay, their best opponents will be those statues that it seemed like Chad and Ganju are still fighting. But we see is Tsukishima, we see is Yukio, and we see is Ganju. Now, of course, Ichigo, he's kind of shocked to see Tsukishima. He's like, you prick, like, what are you doing here? And he goes on to say, we're paying a debt. You know, no, I think he said, what did he say? I think he's saying along the lines that we're on your side, we're paying a debt. But what I found what was interesting when Ganju said, not Ganju, excuse me, Genjo, he said, no, you are a prick. My exact words are, we are repaying a debt. No, I never said we're on his side. That's what I caught. He said we are not on his side, but we're repaying the debt. But also I caught that as well. Repaying what debt? What do they owe him? The fact that, I mean, Byakuya killed Tsukishima, Ichigo killed Ganju. Just the fact that he was like, Genjo. Just the fact that once Ichigo killed him, he said, oh, I'm in Soul Society now? Oh, cool, I could get even more of an upgrade. This is cool, hell yeah. I gotta pay him back, man. Doubt it. So I don't know what this we owe Ichigo stuff is. Let me know down below, what do you think it is? But the whole thing about this, we see that the Fullbringers have a better purpose. Tsukishima is the reason as to why Ichigo's Bunkai is repaired, because he told Orihime, use your Seitan cushion, use that again, because what I did is I inserted a memory to where Ichigo's Bunkai was never broken by Juha, because Juha, he can control and alter the future, but he can't do that with the past. So right there, Ichigo's Bunkai was repaired, and Ichigo, of course, his confidence gets restored again. He picks up the Zanpakuto. He's ready to go to be continued. Now, this is my problem with this. Maybe I missed something. Let me know down below. But correct me if I'm wrong. Tsukishima, he cannot control the past itself. He can just insert himself in people's memories. So he stabbed Ichigo in the shoulder. How would stabbing Ichigo in the shoulder have anything to do with, you know, making a memory to where Juha, you get what I'm saying? Because I can understand if he stabbed Ichigo's Zanpakuto. I can even understand if he stabbed Orihime's hairpins. But just to stab Ichigo, I don't know if this purpose is to, or maybe it's because Zanpakuto and Soul Reaper are basically one and the same. The Zanpakuto comes with the Soul Reaper, so if he stab Ichigo, it can still affect the Zanpakuto. I don't know. But here's another issue I have. I wonder if Juha, he's seen this future. I'm pretty sure he's seen one of his possibilities, but at this point he does not care. He took all the powers from all of the Star Knights. All the Star Knights are powerless now, except Uryu. They're all powerless, literally. They're either dead or powerless, you know? And he absorbed his father. Technically, both arms are absorbed. Now he absorbed the heart. So, I guess he's seen that out. He's seen like, oh, Fullbringer gonna do this or whatever, I don't care. And he still went through that dimension. Now, this is my prediction of the whole thing. No, before I get to prediction, I noticed that we see Yukio, Genjo, and Tsukishima. What about the other guy? I can never remember his name because I didn't really care about him. The other Fullbringer, you know, the eye patch, him, the one who should have went to hell. What about he? Maybe he was in the panel I didn't see, but I didn't see him. Whatever. Now, this thing that Tsukishima did, maybe this is the result of the training he did with Ganju. Maybe, I don't know. Now, my predictions of the whole thing. Next chapter, or what they're gonna do. I'm pretty sure real quick they're gonna put together a plan. Now that the rest of the Star Knights are done and dead, we all seen chapters ago, Ichigo's father, Uryu's father, Shin and Ryukin showed up. I think this is what's gonna happen. The way Ichigo is gonna get fully restored, because see, it's crazy. God. Man, you all know why I'm just like this. Juha took his hollow powers and his soul and his Quincy powers. Soul Reaper powers still remain. So Genjo, he can give powers, correct? Give and take, to my knowledge. So he has hollow powers. You think he's gonna stab Ichigo and give him the hollow powers? And then remember, the way to restore Quincy powers is to shoot a Quincy, was 33 centimeters or 3 centimeters from the heart. Remember that? Maybe Uryu or Uryu's dad is going to do that to Ichigo. And bam, he's going to have all his powers back. You know, he still has the Shinigami, of course, because his whole getup is not all white. And his Zanpakuto is still there. And I think that's what's going to happen. Also, what about the fact that Juha, he can just still do what he did? They come through the portal, he said, oh, your Zanpakuto got fixed. I foreseen this, but guess what I foreseen also? Ding! I mean, can't that just happen again? So I don't understand. Now, we see these Fullbringers, they don't have the strength or the speed or the defense to take on Juha, but it seemed like they had their ability, though, is very crucial. Now, Tsukishima, he could alter the past. Juha can't do that. And we see the guy with the eye patch, his ability can seem kind of effective as well, to a degree. So I don't know if they're all going to come in and play vital roles, but they have to be very quick. But Juha, he can already see this, and it's just Juha's speed, power, defense, everything. It just seems like even in numbers, it doesn't matter. I've said it before, and a lot of people have predicted that this is going to have to be a group effort. But at this point in time, it seems like it still doesn't matter. I mean, and again, it's like an up and down thing throughout the whole series with Ichigo. He loses his powers, like in the beginning. Then he gets them back, confidence back. Loses powers, gets his confidence back. Zanpakuto broken, loses confidence back. I mean, it's back and forth. So now what's going to happen when he's I don't know. I just do not know with all of this. It's crazy. The whole that Tsukishima thing, though. I just don't get that. I hope they go into more detail with that. And in terms of them still having their abilities, hey, me and other people on Facebook in the Bleach communities and the people who inbox me, I guess we all said, hey, maybe when you're a Fullbringer and you die, you still have access to your spiritual powers, because it's not like they were just regular humans who died. They were special humans who had spiritual hollow powers. So maybe go into the spirit realm, while you have spiritual powers, you still have access to your powers. Maybe that's what it is. But I think Orihime is going to repair Zabimaru, or maybe Tsukishima is just going to cut Zabimaru and then it's going to repair like that, or have Orihime do it. Who knows, whatever. I don't know. Or maybe since Tsukishima stabbed Ichigo, Orihime can revert it back to when he had all of his powers. Maybe that's going to be the case. But when he go after Juha, man, I mean, come on, cool. I want to see some new powerful techniques. See, I thought we was really getting somewhere when he combined a Grand Race Zero with the Getsuga Tensho, and it actually did damage. It actually did damage. I thought we was getting somewhere. We have yet to see the Getsuga Jaisho ever again. I want to see some new stuff from Ichigo. I really do. Chad and Ganju, I don't know where the hell they are. You know, I don't get it. So that's my thoughts about Elite. Just a normal solid chapter. The biggest shocker of it all, of course, was I got that list. The return of the Fullbringers and their role. Ganju, I keep getting their names mixed up. Genjo, Kugo Genjo. If he doesn't transfer powers to Ichigo, I don't see him playing a relevant role. To keep characters around and bring them back, they have to play a vital role. It can't just be because of fan demand. And even though I like Genjo, I know for a fact there are a lot of fans that did not care about the Fullbringers enough to be tweeting and writing Kubo saying, please bring back the Fullbringers. Please bring back the Fullbringers. No. They have to play a vital role. Even though this stuff is crazy with Tsukishima, I see the purpose is served. Unless, I hope this ain't the excuse was that. I mean, I hope the purpose of Genjo coming back is because, like what Tsukishima said, hey, this was Genjo's order. Whatever he says is law, you know. He said I had to do this, so hey, I went ahead and did it. I hope that's not the case. So, yeah, let me know down below at least. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns about this whole matter. We have, what, 4 chapters left? Seemingly, I hope it's still wrong. I hope it's still wrong. Bleach cannot end on my birthday. It better not end this year, but the way things are looking, it looks like it's geared to end. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you all next week for Bleach chapter 682. Signing out.